Fuck, I have to sneeze. Damn it. There we go. Fuck. Okay. Hello, everybody! I'm Hope, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Fate Stay Night Realtanua. Previously, shit went down. Everything went down. Oh boy, oh boy. Shinji called our man Shiro and told him to come to the school, but it was one of the greatest bamboozles of all time, as the boundary field that he set up has went off. Although setting it off early made the effect weaker, Shiro almost got killed by Ryder, who pretty much just ripped open his skin and almost killed him. He gets launched out of a window, uses his command spell to summon Saber, goes through not identity crisis, goes through some of his trauma and figures out that he will allow Saber to fight, but with him at her side, fighting next to her, and a lot of other cool shit happened. I recommend you go check it out. We saw Ryder's Noble Phantasm, and the game went from like, I don't know, man, 50 to 100 pretty fast. You know, like it was kind of like right in the middle, like at a 50 of, then it just fucking snapped up to 100. It was crazy, man, but it's pretty cool. I'm excited, you know. We're oh shit. I didn't expect scrolling my mouse to start the game. But yeah, we should go ahead and get started with day 10, Skyscraper. I don't really have anything other to say other than I'm glad that you guys are enjoying the Let's Play. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm having a bad dream. My injured body wants to sleep deeply, but my mind is still buried in that scene, and I can't fall into a deep sleep. My still injured body is burning, and my mind that cannot mourn enough is still burning too. I might be having a nightmare. As I doze, I see a dream in my unclear mind. Oh really, you're dreaming of this? Oh, wow. How many victims were there? Tosaka said nobody died, but that is only from the outside. Having had their life sucked out by force, there will certainly be after effects. Long-term physical disabilities and mental damage from lack of oxygen. Wow. I never stopped myself to consider that. Shiro's considering every possibility of what can happen to people after tragedy strikes. Man, his guilt runs deep. There were even students that had their skin melted. That scar is something that will stay with them for the rest of their lives, even if it heals. My body hurts. My almost dead, no, my absolutely dead body convulses. It was unfortunate for everyone involved, but you still did well. You were able to stop the disaster in exchange for a wound you would normally die from. There's nothing to mourn or to be ashamed of. Pain tells me to quietly fall asleep for now. No, I can't deceive myself with such reasoning. It makes no difference to the fact that the disaster occurred while I was there. I couldn't do anything. I say I saved lives, but at the same time, I couldn't save anybody. If that was just a mistake, if it had never happened, I bet my mind and my body could go to sleep peacefully. I'm pissed off. It's ridiculous for my mind to grumble about such a thing. There are no miracles like that. It's a great insult to want to go back and redo things just because I think they're inconvenient and disastrous. It's impossible to take something that has already happened and make it so that it didn't happen. It's impossible, and more importantly, it shouldn't be done. That's why I can't pretend the event didn't happen. There's only one thing I can do. If I hate the scene I still see even now, I should just act to prevent it from ever happening again. Sleep ends here. My body comes later. If my body moves, get up and run. If no one getting hurt is the ideal I aim for, I should do so until the point of my death. Fuck, man. Shiro's level of conviction has, like, gone up way so. Interesting. Shiro's ideology and reasoning there about not changing the past is gonna... I wonder how that's gonna go with Saber's goal. Like, Wonder if they'll have a fight about it, like later in the game. I open my eyes. I take a deep breath and draw air to my lungs. The cold winter air takes away my drowsiness and uneasiness. Habit is a great thing. It's only a bit past 6 o'clock. Maybe my body is healed quite well already as I'm awake at my usual time.
Yes.
Let's go make breakfast! I get up and fold up the futon. During that normal action... okay. A sharp pain runs through my left arm as if there's a crack in my bone. Imagine having the fortitude to get up, like, at your usual time after this happening to you. Shiro, man. Fucking... God damn, bro. But all that's left is this pain. It's much better than when I got my stomach slashed by Berserker a few days ago. At that time, my body was so weak that the nausea was worse than the pain. I go out into the hallway. The sunlight is gloomy and offers no energy. The weather is very cloudy, like it's going to rain. Okay, foreboding. Yeah. We up today. Oh, damn. She's probably worried for, Shiro. Yeah, it's unusual for Saber to be awake before breakfast is ready. I mean, yeah.
いかにも普段から寝過ごしているというものにはやめてほしい。
なんでさ、別にそんなつもりで言ってないぞ。俺、単にこんな早起きしていいのかって思っただけだ。
ほう、そうですか。私が早起きするのはおかしいと。
Tad, it's like the first time. Saber sounds cranky. Is it just me? Seems Saber is stricter today, or should I say she's unreserved?
いや、おかしいとかじゃなくていいのかなって。セイバーが頻繁に眠らなくちゃいけないのは俺のせいだ。だから今朝もできる限り眠っていないといけないんじゃないのか。
当然です。ですが、それはあくまで待機状態に過ぎません。私が眠っていたのは緊急時に備えてのもの。
道理にかなわないってなんで？別に今は誰とも戦ってないし、襲われてもいないぞ。
いえ、ですからそれは。
Man, it's insane to see Saber, like, just showing much more human characteristics like this. Like going back like 8 episodes ago or something, it's such a massive difference. Saber's unclear as if there's something she doesn't want to say. The thing is that about this game is that it has done it organically. It hasn't done it too fast to the point of kind of being just sloppy. Like, that's a critique that a lot of series have, is unfortunately when you're trying to develop a character to change into something else completely, like a 180, you really have to take time and show it happen gradually. You can't just flick a switch. I definitely don't think it has to be done to the extent of some other people's needs. Like, I don't think we need to wait until, like, I don't know, another 5 or 6 hours in this game for Saber to start showing something. I mean that it just needs a little bit of substance there to really be effective, you know?
いいけど、今は緊急ってわけじゃないんだし、出かけるまで眠っていた方がいい。朝飯ができたら呼びに行くから、それまで力を温存しといてくれ。今日一日、セイバーの力を借りることになるんだから。
We need like a Cooking Mama Fate game. Like a cooking game with Fate characters? That sounds... Oh my god, that sounds... Why haven't they capitalized on that? Holy... If they're... I guess Grand Order makes them so much money, they don't need to make any other Fate games. Oh, man. I head towards the kitchen. Okay, hi.
なんだよ、セイバー。
あなたは今、何をすると言いましたか？
I gasped without realizing. Even though she's asking me a question, Saber glares at me as if not letting me answer.
そもそもあなたは安静にしなければいけない体でしょ。
Oh, yeah. Dummy Shiro. Your kind heart gonna go make breakfast after you almost died.
朝食の支度など凛がします。シローが優先すべきことは部屋で休み、体を癒すことです。
Saber.
Saber sounds strict because she's concerned about my body. Yep.
部屋に戻ってください、シロー。眠りが必要なのは私ではなくあなたの方です。
She might be able to read my mind as she glares at me even harder. But still, I can't let Shinji go.
部屋には戻らない。もう十分休んだし、やらなくちゃいけないことがあるだろう。準備ができたら街に出よう、セイバー。
なぜですか？今日中にライダーのマスターを捕らえる理由などありません。戦うのならシローの傷が癒えてからにするべきです。
それは違う、セイバー。順番で言うなら俺の体なんて後回しだ。
Interesting. I'm gonna suppose that Saber was like that as well. During her kingship, she probably thought the same exact way.
そんな暇はないんだ。シンジのやつが何をするかはお前だってわかるだろう。またあんな結界を張られる前にあいつからライダーを切り離す。
Yeah, all they
がいなくなればシンジは何もできないはずだ。
all they can really do is summon shadow blobs out of his fucking book.
昨日のような犠牲者を出したくないというのですか？ライダーのマスターを倒すのではなく、ただそれだけのために戦うと。
You caught on extremely fast, Saber. That does lead me to believe that you were like that as well.
そんなことはない。シンジには責任を取らせる。そのためにはライダーを倒さなくちゃいけないだけだ。
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
それに犠牲者を出さないために行動するなんていうのは当たり前だろ。
そうですか。マスターがそう言うのなら私は従うだけですが。
Well, that's good.
シンジを探す？別に文句はないけど、ちゃんと勝ち目があって言ってるんでしょうね。
I don't think Shiro thought that far ahead. After breakfast, Tasaka reacts as soon as I declare that I can't let Shinji go.
勝ち目ってシンジに対して
そうよ。前もって言っとくけど、賞賛もないくせに他のマスターに手を出す気だった。
Damn it. Now that she says that, I've only thought about stopping Shinji and never how to do so. Archer's just like fucking face palming off in the distance, like, God damn it, Shiro! I told you, you need to think about how to win! Fucking idiot.
ちょっと、エミヤくん、本気？
Oh man, I'm getting pinged. Oh my god. It's $50?! I can't fucking believe that that's real. I kinda want it now. Oh my god. Oh, that's pretty amazing. I see, that makes sense. Alright.
すまん。笑ってくれ。
悪いけど笑えないわ、今の冗談。
Huh. Ugh, if she acts like that, she'll make me realize how stupid I am.
セイバー、あんたのマスターはこんなんだけど、あなた自身はどうなの？ライダーと戦うことに異論はないわけ？
I'm interested to hear her response.
ライダーと戦うだけならば問題はありません。彼女の能力は確認済みです。
Fair enough.
それはシロー本人も分かっていると思います。何しろライダーと直接対峙したのですから。
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know, man. I'm still terrified because you never know what's gonna happen until you actually start a battle.
ああ、そうだっけ。なら、シローにもライダーがどの程度かは分かっているんだ。
I just don't know if Ryder was holding back or not. Damn. Tosaka inquires with her eyes. She must be asking about Ryder's strength. Certainly I have a grasp of it. I don't know if it's because I have a contract with the servant or because of my command spell. But even though she's not my servant, if I see her fight, I can put numbers on her abilities. Power levels, bitches. Ryder herself wasn't a superior servant.
ライダーはセイバーほど強くない。1対1の戦いならまず負けはしないと思う。
そうなんだ。なら、ちゃんと勝算はあるんじゃない。
Technically.
シンジは魔術師じゃないから、ライダーはマスターからの支援を受けられない。必然的にセイバーとライダーの一騎打ちになるものね。
Fortunately, I don't think it'll be that simple. It's fate. Come on. Just like Tosaka says, as long as Shinji is her master, Ryder has to fight by herself. There should be no disadvantage for Saber.
何よ、気の乗らない顔して。何か問題でもあるっていうの？
ああ、いいか、トサカ。それだけ戦力的に上回ったセイバーに追い詰められていたのに、ライダーはシンジを連れて逃げ延びたんだ。
Yeah, her noble phantasm's a difficult thing.
あれはライダーの宝具だったと思うんだが。
The arrow of light that trampled through the hallway, a wave of destruction that would have surely disintegrated my body without trace if Saber didn't knock me aside. If that was Ryder's secret move, we can't be optimistic even if Ryder herself is weak. No more than not being optimistic. I feel like we shouldn't even challenge her.
つまり、ライダーはライダー本人より所有する宝具の方が優れてるタイプってわけね。
I mean, that can happen sometimes. Really.
で、セイバー、シローはともかく、あなたならライダーの宝具が何であるか分かったんじゃない？目の前で使われたんだから見当ぐらいはついてるんでしょ？
面目ありません。シローを守ることに精一杯で。
Fair enough.
私もあれが何であるか確認することはできなかった。
I don't blame you at all, Saber.
そんなことに気を割いていたら、私もシローもあの一撃に巻き込まれていたでしょう。
巻き込まれたって、何？ライダーの宝具って飛び道具なの？
Not projectile, it's like a area of effect, wide area thing.
それに近いものでした。分類的にはリンの使う魔術に近い。あれは私の剣やランサーの槍のような対人宝具ではないのでしょう。
Or unless it's a projectile that spreads out once it impacts on something.
私の魔術に近いって、それこそ変よ。セイバーの対魔術は神業じゃない。現代の魔術じゃ、まずあなたに傷を負わせることはできない。
Oh, yeah,
あ
yeah.
なたがかわさなくちゃいけない魔
I
術。
didn't even consider that. One of Saber's skills specifically said that no magi or magus of the current day can harm her. So that must mean her magic's ridiculous.
はい。神秘はより強い神秘の前に無効化される。私の鎧を通ることができる神秘は、あなたたちの言う魔法か、神域に住む幻想種だけです。
Alright, we got our first example of true sorcery.
魔法使い。ライダーは魔術師だっていうの？
I don't know.
いいえ、それほどの魔力は感じませんでした。彼女はライダーです。魔法使いがいるとすれば、それはキャスターだけでしょう。
Sokka gives a relieved sigh at Saber's answer, but I don't quite get it.
セイバー、お前の鎧っていうのは そんなに硬いものなのか。魔法でなければ通らないなんて言うけど、それならランサーのゲイブロックは魔法ってことになるが。
Good point. I don't think it's gonna. They're probably gonna explain that it isn't, but that's a good point because haha, puns. Anyway, you know.
ええ、確かにランサーのゲイボルクは魔法に近い呪いですが、リン、シローに説明してあげてくれますか？
私？まあいいけど、要するにシローはセイバーは魔法じゃないと傷つかないと勘違いしているわけね。
Yes, I am also misinterpreting. Please explain, good old exposition, Tosaka.
あ、いや、別にそういうわけじゃないけど。ただ、そんなに頑丈な鎧ならすごいなって思っただけだ。
そりゃすごいわよ。セイバーに限らずサーバントってのはみんな英霊なのよ。霊体ってこともあるけど、まっとうな手段じゃ傷一つつけられない。
That's a new
サーバントはそ
term.
れ自体が神秘だから。
Divine mysteries.
物理的な手段でサーバントを傷つけられるのは同じ英霊であるサーバントだけ。逆に言えばサーバント同士ならただのペーパーナイフでもセイバー
Oh
を
man.
傷つけることができる。
Interesting.
相手がサーバントなら、セイバーの鎧もそう鉄壁ってわけじゃない。
No, it's still pretty strong.
そうね。けどセイバー自身接近戦の技量が優れているから、
Okay.
白兵戦ではまずセイバーに傷は負わせられない。残った手段は遠距離からの攻撃、魔術っていう飛び道具になるわけだけど、セイバーは騎士のくせにとんでもない耐魔力を持ってるから、バッドラックに代表される呪いなんてまず届かないし、魔力を矢として放つ直接干渉も効かない。
Well, okay. Then I really need you to explain how gay bulg is different,
セイバ
please.
ーを倒したかったら真正面からの切り合いで彼女を任さなくちゃ
Because it's
ダ
head
メ
on? That's why. Interesting. Alright. Saber's listening quietly to Tosaka's explanation. She probably is not interrupting because it's all
な
true.
んだよ。そんなのインチキだ。剣技で叶わないから魔術で勝負するっていうのに、魔術そのものがセイバーに効かないならどうしろって言うんだ。なんか不公平だぞ、その話。
It's a war, man.
そうね。けどそのセイバーだって白兵戦で絶対に負けないというわけでもないでしょ。
Saber's pissed. How dare you, Sheer? Oh my god, I just noticed.
バーサーカーは力だけならセイバーを上回ってるし、ランサーだって白兵戦において必殺の槍を持ってる。今話してるライダーだってセイバーを出し抜くほどの宝具を持ってたんだから、セイバーも完璧ってわけじゃないわ。私たちだってセイバーを倒す方法はあるもの。
Oh man, she didn't even say anything. You could just miss that if you didn't pay attention.
単
That's
にセ
funny.
イバーの耐魔力を上回る魔術を持ってくるか、サーバントが使っている武器を借りて寝ている間に首を切るとか。サーバントの武器ならサーバント自身と同じ霊格なんだから傷をつけることは可能なはずよ。
Fair enough. It's a scary example, but I understand. Oh, look at her! Hold on, Tosaka. You can't talk like that in front of Saber herself.
あ、そうなんだ。じゃあ、ライダーの宝具が特別優れてるってわけじゃなくて、サーバントの攻撃だからセイバーも守りに徹したってことなのか。
わけないでしょ。セイバーが守りに徹するのならライダー自身じゃ何をしたって追い詰めることなんて不可能よ。そうでしょセイバー。ライダーの宝具はライダー自身の能力とは関係のない武器なのよね。
おそらくライダーの技や魔力に頼らない自動的な武装、宝具そのものに効果があるものだと思います。魔術か幻想種か、どちらにせよあの魔法陣から放たれたものは圧倒的でした。直撃を受けた場合、生き延びられるサーバントなどいないでしょう。
Man.
そうなの？数値的にどれくらい？
あなたたち風に言うのなら A プ
Oh,
ラスといったところでし
F
ょ
in
う
the
か。
chat, man.
私個人の推測に過ぎないので断定はできませんが。
That's. I'm pretty sure Saber's is only like A, right? Yeah. So A plus could work.
A プラス？何それ、魔法一歩手前じゃない。
Yeah, terrifying.
そんなの使われてよく学校が吹っ飛ばなかったってもんだわ。
Yeah, I'm surprised, man. Like when Tosaka said that there were no dead, I was like, oh, okay.
単純に破壊するだけの宝具というわけではないのでしょう。もともとは他の用途がある宝具なのではないでしょうか。
Yeah, we're probably misinterpreting how it works.
そうだとしても厄介ね。セイバーの話じゃ A 判定どころじゃないし、瞬間的な攻撃力ならサーバント中最高ってことになるのかしら。
まあ確かに攻守ともに優れた宝具のようでしたが、それより私の宝具の
Oh man, the smug Saber is like, no, bitch, I'm strong. Saber comments to Tosaka, who goes into pondering. What is it? Saber doesn't seem to be enjoying this conversation.
セイバー、遠坂の意見、なんか引っかかるところでもあるのか？
いえ、別にそういうわけではないというか、本当はどちらが強いかなど追求するのは騎士にあるまじき行いという。
Man, her sprites are so good. She's acting suspiciously. Saber mumbles on as if ashamed of what she's
まあ
saying.
いいけど、それよりさ、さっき妙なことを言ってなかったか？セイバーとランサーのは対人宝具とかなんとか。
対人宝具ですか？いえ、言葉通りの意味ですが、私の風王結界やランサーのゲイボルクはあくまで人を倒すための武装です。いかに強力な魔力、呪いを帯びていたところで、その用途は対人の域を出るものではありません。
Yeah, interesting. Well, that is true. Saber's invisible sword is certainly an advantage in battle. But that is only in the case of man versus man. There would be no difference in speed even if you use an invisible sword to chop wood. Actually, very, very good way to put that. Lancer's Gabolg is the same. Even with a cursed lance that will strike the heart if the opponent is a rock or a house, it is no more than a strong lance.
なるほど。だから対人の宝具ってことなのか。ならライダーの宝具は
大軍宝具ってことになるわね。そういえば父さんに聞いたことがあったわ。宝具には対人に優れたもの、対軍に優れたものがあるって。
Gilgamesh would like to have a word with you.
簡単に言って、対人宝具は弾数制限のない拳銃で、対軍宝具ってのは一発限りのミサイルってことね。
Ooh, I like that way of comparing them. That's a good analogy.
ライダーの宝具は強力だけど、その分使用にかなりの制限があるんじゃないかしら。少なくともセイバーの剣みたいにいつも見えないなんて永続的な宝具じゃない。
Hold on. A gun would be no match for a missile. That's why, you know, defense, and you gotta strategize. It's true that Saber's invisible sword is an awesome sword, but it'll be blown away before she could swing it against such a ridiculous noble
つ
phantasm.
まりライダーと戦うのなら宝具を使われる前に倒せってことか。
でしょうね。宝具の打ち合いになったら勝ち目はない。
Well, we, Saber's noble phantasm might counter it. I don't know. God, it's been a minute. I don't remember what class her noble phantasm is, honestly. So, hopefully, it'll get explained. I have no idea when we're gonna get that reveal, because holy shit.
ライダーとシンジを探すって言うなら、それだけは頭に入れておきなさい。大前提として、ライダーが宝具を使う前に倒すこと。戦いを長引かせれば長引かせるだけ、こっちが不利になるから。
もしくは私が戦っている間にライダーのマスターを倒せばいい。
Yeah, technically.
あのマスターに戦闘手段はないのだから、そちらの方が確実かもしれません。
Because, Ryder doesn't have that one ability that allows her to stay in the world for like 3 days like Archer does. So at most you might have like a couple hours, maybe minutes after Shinji dies. That's the conclusion. We don't know what Ryder's Noble Phantasm is, and additionally it is too powerful. As we have no countermeasure, we can only beat her before she has a chance to use it. So whatever the Noble Phantasm of the other servants are, we cannot compete in Noble Phantasms against Ryder. That does terrify me a little bit on how we're gonna fight Caster. Because if it comes down to Saber versus Caster, I have no idea. We might need to see Caster get defeated by a different servant if that's the case.
俺たちはシンジを探しに行くけど、登坂はどうする？
そうね。あなたたちがそう言うなら、私たちもシンジを探してもいいんだけど。敵はライダーだけじゃないし、私たちはもともとバーサーカーを倒すために手を組んだんですね。シローがシンジを追っている間、私は私でやることがあるから。
Okay, well, probably gonna be plot relevant later. Yeah, especially with that face. Saga stands up with a cold smile on her face.
それじゃあね。いい結果を期待しているわ。
Alright, let's go search for Shinji's punk ass. I don't know where we're gonna begin, but we'll find a way. Leaving Tosaka at home, I leave with Saber. It's 7:30 in the morning. The hill is really quiet. Students usually go to school at this time, but not many people are around today.
学校は休校だそうですね。
Yeah, good. School is back in session the next day. Oh, sweet!
死者が出なかったとはいえ、大半の生徒は未だ
Yikes.
立ち上がれる体ではないということですか。
Can you imagine how many of those students have PTSD now? Yikes.
重度の栄養失調みたいなもんだからな。まともに動けるようになるまで何日かはかかるだろう。
Oh, hello, train. But those are the lucky ones. Transformation to the skin, necrosis of the tips of the limbs. Oh my lord, that's awful. I hear there were even students on the verge of blindness.
タイガも病院に運ばれたと聞きます。見舞いに行かずともいいのですか、シロ。
I talked about this in the last episode, but I really enjoyed how Shiro just snapped when Shinji mentioned hurting Fujine. I love that so much.
ああ、藤姉のはただの疲労だと。心配しなくてもいいから真面目に家で勉強してろとさ。
I called the Fujimura house and checked on Fujine's state before I left the house. I would like to go visit her, but I should hold off on that for now.
では探索に専念するのですね。それはいいのですが、シロに当てはあるのですか。私はサーバントの気配を読み取れますが、それも近づかなければわかりません。何か手がかりがなければ、探し出すのは難しいのではないでしょうか。
True.
ああ、確かにシンジが何もせずに隠れていた場合、探し出すのは難しいだろう。けど、あいつの性格から言って、昨日の今日でおとなしくしているとは思えない。
He's gotta be like a rat running around trying to figure something out. Shinji's not the type to stop when he's beaten. He's the kind of guy that'll take revenge.
では、ライダーのマスターは再び結界を張ろうとすると。
間違いなくな。俺と同じで、あいつはサーバントに魔力を提供できない。なら、見つけ出すのはそう難しくはないんじゃないか。
ライダーのマスターを探すのではなく、結界を探すのですね。
Interesting.
マスターの感知はできなくても、あれだけの結界なら近づけばわかる。大きな建物で人がたくさん集まるところを当たっていけばいい。
Rito Temple, maybe.
やりますね、シロ。
I love that. It's great.
俺だって考えなしってわけじゃないぞ。探し出せる自信がなかったら、こんなことは言い出さないよ。
Yes, I'm confident. There's the matter of the boundary field, but there's more meaning in us walking around. Just as I can't leave Shinji alone, I bet Shinji doesn't intend to let us go either. Just to be sure, we go to Shinji's house. I have Saber check for the presence of Ryder. The result is negative. Well, he's not the kind of guy that would be resting at home.
行こう。シンジが結界を張るとしたら、こっちの町じゃなくてシントの方だ。オフィス街のビルを総当たりしていこう。
I wonder what Zokin's up to right now. Just fucking around. Calling out to Saber, I leave the Mato house.
いいのですか、シロ。ここは桜の家なのでしょ。 立ち寄ったのですから声をかけては。
Oh, please?
それ
I
ぐ
would
らいは
love
余裕
that.
があると思いますが。
I'm certainly worried about Sakura. According to Tosaka, Sakura was just weakened. Fortunately, she didn't have any external wounds, but if I can, I want to see her and take care of her, since she always has taken care of me. But
やめておく。この
Damn.
戦いが終わるまではさくらと会って戦いに巻き込むわけにはいかないからな。
and most of all, I can't go and see Sakura if I am to fight Sakura's brother soon. Yeah. If the worst comes to the worst and I have to kill Shinji, I'll never be able to face her. So I shouldn't leave any lingering affections. That's really smart, but heartbreaking. I think that's the best course I can take, and I also believe it is for Sakura's best as well. We go to every building we spot. We went through all the larger ones first, but there's no skyscraper. That's the title of the, okay. A shitload of people would be near a skyscraper. Okay, it's got to be in like the town area. Like, yeah, I mean that's why this scene's okay. Cool. We went through all the larger ones first, but there's no findings yet. Wiping the sweat off my brow, I move my heavy limbs. Trying to calm my breathing, I stand still for a while and take a deep breath.
シロ、何か異常でもあり。
Uh-oh, did they feel it?
シロ、こちらへ。
F. Oh my god, we're here.
ちょっと待って。そっちは公園だぞ。こっちにはまだ見てない建物が残って。
それは後にしてください。今はこちらが最優先です。
Oh? Something must have caught her attention. She speaks strictly and pulls me towards the park. Ah, yes.
セイバー、どうしたんだよ。こんなところまでやってきて。ここには何もない。そんなのセイバーにだってわかるだろう。
Isn't this park nostalgic, Shiro?
いいですから、そこのベンチに座ってください。話はその
Excuse
後で
me?
聞きます。
What? Saber, what are you doing? Stared down by Saber, I reluctantly sit down on the bench, and then... Oh! Oh my goodness. I see. She wants to protect Shiro, so... She dragged him over here, and trying to knock him the fuck out. I almost faint. I hold my face with one hand. My forehead is sweaty and my breath is out of control even though I'm sitting down. Hold on. Why am I sweating in the middle of winter?
おかしいな。こんなに疲れてたのか。
As soon as I ask myself that, I finally realize the state of my body. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. No. Saber didn't do that. Shiro's body, he's acting on pure concentrated power of will, you know? So, god damn it, I feel like an idiot. This is just my unhealed wound aching. Damn it, I'm stupid. Ridiculous. No matter how deep the breaths I take are, I can't catch my breath. My body is heavy and my legs refuse to stand up.
ようやく自分の体に気がついたようですね、シロ。
Saber's angry. It's only natural. It does no good when the one who suggested the idea of searching for Shinji is just resting on a bench.
すまん。すぐ動けるようにするから、しばらく待ってくれ。
私が注意しているのはそんなことではありません。
Yeah, she wants you to rest, dummy.
どうやらあなたには何を言っても無駄のようですね。
Yeah, you both are stubborn. I understand that Saber's angry. I understand, but I don't quite get what she's so angry
ちょっと
about.
セイバー、きちんと言ってくれないと何が言いたいのかわからないんだが。
わからないのなら語る必要はないでしょう。いいですから、シロはそこで休んでいてください。一人で休むのが嫌なら、私もお付き合いしますから。
How sweet. Saying that, Saber sits next to me. Oh. The bench isn't that large. Saber is sitting so close to me that I could touch her shoulder if I leaned over a bit.
いや、待てってセイバー。
Yay, wholesomeness! Okay. That means shit's gonna be bad later.
休んでる暇なんてないだろう。俺たちは遊びに来たんじゃなくて。
遊びになど来ていません。休憩も戦いのうちです。文句を言うのでしたら、まずその呼吸を整えてからにしてください。
This is so wholesome. So oh man. Oh lord.
いや、呼吸を整えろって。
It's true that my body is tired and I can't breathe properly, but if you're this close, my heart starts jumping and...
シロ、人の話を聞いていますか？今まで体に無理をさせてきたのですから、まずは肩の力を抜いて落ち着いてください。気が...
いや、だから。
If she wants me calm, why doesn't she get away from me? I don't know what Saber thinks, but for me, she's a girl around my age. Well, she's actually younger, but she's a girl nonetheless. And on top of that, she's unrealistically beautiful. I don't know what kind of a guy would be able to calm down with her next to him.
シロ、気のせいでしょうか？先ほどより顔色が悪くなってきた気がするのです。
No, I'm fine, Saber. We're good.
そんなことない。
I'm not disturbed.
それならいいのですが、やはり横になった方がいいのでしょうか
？Saber looks around. Hey, why is there a guy using his lover's thighs as a pillow in this desolate... Okay. Huh. Shiro. Shiro's horny! I swear to God, I need like a Shiro's horny counter. How many? Okay, I need to tally this somehow. Oh my God. Yes, we're gonna lay down on Saber's thighs. And it seems Saber's looking at the couple and thinking,
Shiro, 気分が悪いのでしたら横に。
oh my God. Shiro's just like, oh my God!
大丈夫、おとなしくしてればすぐに落ち着くから。
Damn it, no!
しなくていい。しなくていいから当分ほっといてくれ。
Shiro, it's your chance! Come on, boy! Do it! Looking away from Saber, I close my eyes so I won't see her. No! Oh, Shiro. Calm down. Try to ignore Saber, who's sitting next to me. All I have to do now is to keep on breathing deeply and... Hey, bye. The fire died down after one night. The red fiery walls were gone. There was a burnt field all around me, and the blackened woods were smoldering with the sounds of sparking. As I lay there, I think that it sounds like a small firework. The sky starts to cloud up. It would rain soon, and the fire should soon stop. I was looking up blankly at the sky with a body that was even having difficulty breathing. There are only burned corpses around me. I have burns all over my body, and there's a bad burn across my chest. My open chest. I feel like I could grab my heart if I put my fingers into the inflamed chest. Oh yeah, now that I think about it, I didn't fall because I was tired. My numb body wasn't kind enough to be able to rest just because it was tired. I fell because... I think my wounds made me unable to move my arms or legs. So I was manly and did not panic. I knew I would not be saved, and I wasn't scared because everyone around me had died the same way. I just looked up at the clouding sky and watched myself as I grew thinner. But still, with my dazed consciousness, I thought to seek help as long as I was alive, and I reached out my hands. And that's when it happened. Wait, something's weird. I shouldn't remember a burning feeling in my chest. Oh. I wake up suddenly. I open my shirt and check my body. Then what are you remembering? A burning feeling in your chest. There's no scar on my chest. I almost died because of lack of oxygen from the burn after all, and I didn't have any fatal wounds. If I had taken something like that, I bet even Kiritsugu wouldn't have been able to save me. No, more importantly...
夜になってる。俺寝ちまってたのか、セイバー。
はい。よく眠っているようでしたので起こしませんでしたが、その会話あったようですね。
人が悪いな。居眠りした俺が悪いにしても、起こしてくれてもよかったじゃないか。
休息は必要な行為です。それにシロが眠っていたのは 1時間程度ですから、そう問題はないでしょう。
Damn, we got here late then.
そりゃ結果論だ。俺が起きなかったらどうするつもりだったんだ。
Ah, yes, hindsight bias.
そうですね。あまり変わりはないでしょう。日が落ちて寒くなってきましたから。
Fair enough.
そろそろ声をかけようと思っていたところです。
This is no good. No matter how I think about it, she's right in this case.
まあ確かに体の調子はすごくいいけど。
I get up from the bench and start to walk through the field. There's no trace in the field of what came before. No trace of when it used to be a residential district, nor any trace of when it was that red, burning world. It kind of irritates me that in spite of that, I saw that after image just by sleeping here. Yeah, that sucks, man.
シロ何か
ああ、いや、
Oops.
どうせ休むなら別の場所にするべきだったなって。ここはどうも嫌な思い出がありすぎる。
Unfortunately.
嫌な思い出シロはこの場所に
Oh,
縁があっ
shit.
たのですか
Are we finally gonna tell Saber about it? Oh, I would love that.
あ、そっか。話してなかったっけ？俺、昔はこの辺りに住んでたんだ。10年前の話だけどな。大きな火事が起きて、両親も家も焼け落ちた。
ではあなたは
ああ、キリツグの実の子供ってわけじゃない。それに、聖杯戦争と無関係ってわけでもないのかな。ここが前回の戦いの最後の場所だってのは聞いてるよ。そこで生き残った俺がマスターになるんだから、皮肉というか、
Yeah.
あるっていうか。
God, man, I would say. I walk through the field. It's been 10 years since that happened, but it seems this ground isn't fertile at all. Maybe the regret of the dying people has seeped into this land.
シロあなたが犠牲者を出すまいとするのはそれが理由ですか
Partially. I feel like the catalyst that really made that ideal of his explode was Kiritsugu.
あなた自身が聖杯戦争の犠牲者だからこそ自分のような犠牲者は出したくないと
いや、それは。
Now that she mentions it, maybe that's logical. But strangely, I've never thought about it that way. Yeah.
どうだろう。セイバーの言うことはもっともだけど、俺はもっと単純だと思うよ。10年前さ、ここでキリツグに助けられた時はただ嬉しかった。それ以外になかったから、自分もそうなれたらいいと憧れたんじゃないかな。
That's only surface level. It's a lot deeper than that, though. That's right, I was just happy at the time. I can't put into words the emotion I felt when my request for help was granted. But at the same time, the happier I was, the guiltier I felt. Yeah.
けど、自分だけ願いが叶えられたってのは居心地が悪かった。俺は親父に助けられたけど、他の人たちは助けられずにずっとこのままだ。
Everyone wished for help, and I was the only one who received it. Only I was saved, and I was saved with the sacrifice of everyone else. So, Emiya Shiro must take responsibility for
け
it.
どまあ、起きてしまったことは戻しようがないからな。
It's like... It's unfortunate. It feels like Shiro died there. Like the original Shiro. Like what I mean is his whole being, his whole sense of self just died. And he became this embodiment of this guilt and desire, and that latched on to Kiritsugu, and it just kind of spiraled out of control to the Shiro we know today. It's very, very sad. It really does feel that way. Like we have Shiro A and Shiro B. Shiro A dies and becomes Shiro B, if that makes sense.
死んでいった人たちに報いたいなら、せめてこれからのことを防ぐべきだ。10年前のような惨事は起こさせない。またあんなことになったら、それこそ犠牲になった人たちに合わせる顔がないだろう。まあ、俺の理由なんてその程度のものだと思う。
Oh man. More importantly, we should continue searching for Shinji. I feel better, so we should go to the buildings we haven't searched yet. Namely the skyscraper over there. And there'll be fewer people around at night. If Shinji wants to attack us now, it would be a perfect time. If we're gonna make ourselves a decoy, the real deal starts now.
行こうか、セイバー。とりあえずオフィス街に戻ろう。
Aw. Saber must feel bad for Shiro.
セイバー、どうした？忘れ物でもあるのか？
I guess... Oh, fuck. They're the same. Saber was like the last one standing when she finished off Mordred, I believe. And now she gets summoned as a spirit twice. The guilt that she feels. Holy shit. Why did I not put that together? Oh my god, I'm stupid. That is so simple. Not in a bad way, I just meant putting the pieces together was easy. Oh my god, fuck. Such good character dynamics, man.
いいえ、ただ今朝のことを思い出していました。体の傷を治してからライダーのマスターを探すべきだと言った私に、シローは順番が違うと言いました。
Maybe I said that, but I don't remember the
シロー
details.
は昨日も同じ言葉を口にした。以前から感じてはいましたが、その時に確信したのです。あなたには自分を助けようとする気がないのだと。
Yep. We never really ever talk about this, but Shiro never ever puts himself into question, ever. He is that selfless. As if even stating that fact is a crime, she stares at me and declares so.
あなたは自身より他人を優先している。それは立派ですが、それではあなたはいつかきっと後悔する。
Mood.
シローはもっと自分を大切にするべきだ。
Mood. Saber walks past me.
行きましょう。確かにここにいてはあなたに負担をかける。
Saber starts to walk towards the office district. I try to call out to her, but I can't in the end.
何を
Are you saying those words die in my throat? It can't be that I don't intend to save myself. It can't be true, but for some reason I cannot refute her words. We walk through the town. It's past 8 o'clock. At this time, when the station gets the most crowded, Saber and I stare at the map of the city.
主だった建物は回りましたね。他に行くべき場所はありますか？
そうだな。少し離れたところに工場がある。あそこも人が集まる場所だから調べておかないと。
Even as I answer, it's hard to look at Saber. It must be because of that conversation earlier is still affecting me. Since Saber is acting like she doesn't care, it bothers me even more.
そういうセイバーの方はどうだ？ライダーの気配はつかめるか？
いいえ、感じません。彼女とは一度戦っていますから、近くにいれば知覚できるのですが。
A strange feeling pierces my heart. A wave of magical energy that even I can feel. Oh man, timing is cruel. There's no way Saber can't feel that.
シロ、言うまでもないと思うのですが。
わかってる。近くにいるのか、セイバー。
Shit.
いいえ、まだそこまでの距離ではないようです。ですが、確実に見られている。この魔力は私たちに対する挑発でしょう。
Oh yeah, they're probably at the top of the skyscraper. Maybe I'm taking the title too literally, maybe. I don't know. They're watching us. That must mean they finally fell for the decoy. Hey, poggers! Pog? If they're emitting magical energy so obviously, they must be trying to tempt us.
この気配、ライダーなのか？
Seems so. My mind switches. The awkwardness from before disappears.
魔力をたどります。注意してください、マスター。
Okay. I nod silently. The murderous intent stinging my skin is coming from the office district empty of people. Maybe no one is working overtime today of all days. Most of the lights in the buildings you could call the symbol of Shinto have already disappeared. Not many people are walking through the roads, and the view isn't that bad. No one looks suspicious, and if Shinji is anywhere, he would be ahead of us. Perhaps the park we were just in. The murderous intent is getting stronger. There's no mistake that an enemy is nearby. No, more like... Ooh, that's a cool little effect. I feel a chill run down my spine. From the intensity of the murderous intent that even I can feel. Perhaps we are already in the range of the enemy.
Saber, 気をつけろ。何か変だ。
ええ、シローの感覚は正しい。このように人目のある場所で仕掛けてくるとは思いませんが、相手が相手です。
Nodding silently, we head to the park. I'll ignore the oppressive pressure that feels like having a knife stuck in my neck. Ryder and Shinji are nowhere in the office district. If they're going to attack, it will be in the park where nobody will see. Oh god.
Saber.
I turn to Saber. He rushes at me like lightning. Did Ryder just attack and deflect the attack over my head? Damn! Good reaction time, Saber. I look up. In my sight is a large building towering overhead as if to reach the heavens. Heavens feel. And clinging on its side like a spider is the figure of the enemy. Hey, it's Spider-Man! What? Long hair covering her whole body and flexible white limbs. The figure with the masked face is none other than Servant Ryder! Ooh, Hog. The figure clinging around the 5th floor looks at me and licks her lips. Okay. I feel a freezing chill. There's no mistake. A lot of hentai is going to be made from this point onward. She came down from the top of the building to kill me using my overhead blind spot. Saber lands on the ground. Saber, who jumped above me and deflected the attack, has instantly armed herself. Yeah, I don't know how. She kicks the ground. The silver armor disappears from my vision in an instant. If Ryder coming down from the top of the building is ridiculous, so is Saber pursuing her just by jumping. No, perhaps because they are servants, normal logic doesn't apply to them. Like Ryder, Saber kicks the side of the building and charges at Ryder like lightning. The two shadows intersect at great speeds. They clash overhead and separate, and then kick off the building and clash again. It's like watching fighter aircrafts dogfight. Oh no. Damn it. I'm so excited I can't type right now. I swear I'm not that bad at typing. Fuck me. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I don't think... Shiro's really close to Saber now. There's no way he would just wait there and stand by. That's just not in his character at all right now at this point. So we're gonna follow Saber. I can't just watch. Perhaps because it's a battle with no foothold, Saber's unable to overwhelm Ryder like before. The two's conflict moves up slowly up towards the rooftop. If Ryder came from the rooftop, chances are Shinji is there. Okay. We need to run up the stairs, man! That's a lot of stairs. Or we can take the elevator. There are two conditions to fighting Ryder. Beating Ryder before she has a chance to use her noble phantasm, or get Shinji before that. Since Saber is fighting Ryder, there's only one thing I can do. I wonder if he just sat there, Shinji would have just, like, killed his ass. That seemed to be the right choice. Oh, the music, the picture. Oh my god, it's so good! The two shadows running up, the ground is already far away, and the clashes occur at higher and higher altitudes. The two need no footholds as they fly higher by kicking off the walls of the building. In the process, and the instant it takes them to move to the rooftop, they clash numerous times. If there were anyone watching them from the ground, they would think it looks like pinball. But then again, they cannot be perceived with the naked eye. Dragon Ball logic. Only their tracks are barely visible, and they are a circus of death invisible to any normal beings. But this circus is not what Saber wanted. Even if she is a servant, she cannot fly through the sky. She can run up a wall, but that's it. This is no different from freefall. It is just the difference between rising until she loses her speed rather than falling. So the expression falling into the sky isn't that far off. Kingdom Hearts. Since she has started, she has to continue to the final destination of the rooftop. If she takes any blows from her opponent in the process, she will just fall miserably to the ground. But those rules do not apply to the opponent Saber has to defeat. Interesting. I wonder how that works for her. A trace of purple attacks Saber, who is just heading for the rooftop, attacking from both sides and from above. Arcing from every direction, Ryder is not bound by gravity. Her long hair sways like a comet's tail, and her figure is like a snake encircling a tree. Saber's feet touch the building. Tilting her body to the side, she kicks off the building to head around to its side. I see. Saber's path that had headed directly towards the rooftop changes direction perpendicularly. The flowing attacks go away. Ryder cannot match Saber in instantaneous bursts. Saber shakes Ryder off with one kick, and reaching the side of the building kicks upwards again. Up to the rooftop this time. If Ryder is a snake wrapped around the building, Saber is almost an exploding firework. But maybe Ryder expected even that. The distance between the two does not change. Ryder doesn't let Saber get away, as she runs to the side and attacks in the opening, and Saber kicks off the building. Oh no. She flicks Ryder away with her sword and jumps into the open area. There's a limit to how much she can block Ryder's attacks in the air. The skills that were not even a match before are finally matched on this battlefield. There are no decisive blows in this battle. No, Ryder herself is avoiding them most of all. When Saber jumps at Ryder with determination, Ryder only defends and shows no intention of countering. Ryder is just keeping Saber in check as she runs to the rooftop. It's gotta be part of her strategy somehow. Saber yells at her cowardly opponent. As a knight, this kind of a fight is an insult, right? A battle determines a victor by exchanging blows with full force. According to that belief, Ryder's behavior is only an insult. I want Ryder's laugh to make love to my eardrums. Ryder only replies in a cool voice. As she says, Saber is inexperienced in air battles. One could say tonight is the first time she's engaged in such a battle. After all, a knight runs on the ground. They're not the type to stick to walls like the woman in front of Saber. Famous sword? Ryder, did you figure it out? How? Did you figure out Saber's identity? Ryder moves higher as if to tempt Saber. She is deliberately constructing the situation. Saber acknowledges that as well. The final stop of this circus. Ryder's ideal position must await at that point. Ryder's trump card cannot be used readily. That is why she is luring her enemy somewhere where nothing will interrupt them, as she is determined to settle this match with her strongest blow. If Saber continues on to the rooftop, she will be in trouble. If Ryder's noble phantasm is as Saber believes, there is no way to defend against it. There is no turning back now. She cannot let Ryder or Ryder's master be. Not because it is the principle of the Holy Grail War to defeat one's enemies. Saber must defeat Ryder right here to protect her master. Because it cannot be helped. Saber herself is amazed, but she has thought at least once that she does not want to push her honest master. The two gain altitude. Continuing their momentous clashes, the battle is about to reach its final destination. And back to interlude out. Okay, back to Shiro. Climbing the... I see, so the elevator only went up to the 40th floor. F. I run up the stairs while cursing. Even though I was able to enter the building through the back door, the elevator didn't go to the rooftop, because that would just be too easy. I have to run up the remaining 10 floors on my own feet. That'd be pain, man. I run up the stairs full speed. I don't know how long it's been since Saber left me. I don't think it's been 10 minutes yet, but that's still too long. Nobody knows what can end a battle. Saber's imperfect. It's possible that she could make a big mistake and be cornered in big trouble. So before that happens, if I can find Shinji and make him use up his command spell, there should be no need for us to fight against Ryder. My convalescent body aches the more I run up the stairs. Running around the building and up the stairs has run me out of breath. I don't slow down, but rather speed up. I have a bad feeling. I don't know why I feel it, but my heart is in pain. It's not a pain in my body, just something that tells me of danger. Saber cannot win. On the rooftop is something that must not be confronted. Damn it, she's got the advantage. This is... ugh. Trying to shake off the bad feeling, I continue up the stairs full speed. The wind is strong. As soon as I open the door, the scenery of the night town surrounds me. The concrete ground is burned up here and there. It's like an iron plate from a barbecue, making sizzling sounds. In the center, in the middle of the burned up rooftop, is her figure, down on her knees.
Saber!
Wait, really?
シロ、どうしてここに？
Saber has nothing to spare, breathing with her shoulders. The instant I try to run to her, I notice something strange floating up in the sky. No. The overwhelming amount of magical energy forced me to recognize it. Oh shit, what's going on? I stare up at the sky. The sound of wings flapping. There's something whiter than the hazy white moon. Oh! Is that a Pegasus? What? Holy shit! Okay. This is some Iskandar shit, where they summon something like their myth? Ooh, this must be a hint to who she is. Fuck. Pegasus. Pegasus is Greek. That's all I've got. She could be any female Greek character. There are many that I don't know either. I'm not really well versed in the female Greek gods and peoples. Not that I'm disinterested, it's just that most of the figures you learn about are male. Besides, like, you know, Persephone, Hera, Helena of Troy, a few others, but I did not expect that. A fucking Pegasus Knight? I'm thinking Fire Emblem, but still, that is dope! That is so cool! Well, if there was ever a time for Saber to use her noble phantasm, I think now would be the time, because, I mean, look at that. Legendary divine mystery spoken of only in myths. What? Were there Pegasus in like Roman myth, or I don't know. I know it's a Greek myth, right? Let's see, status. Why'd I... She has some divinity, but it is mostly degenerated. Divinity decreases the hero's rank as a devil or demonic beast increases. So, she's a divine being, like maybe a god or demigod that has enough evil within them that their divinity has degenerated? I think that's how I'm interpreting it. Interesting. That's really my my interpretation. I don't see anything else. Skills, details, abilities, noble phantasm. Saber have anything new on her? Oh, that's new, right? The magical energy burst A? But this transfers magical energy into one's weapon and body. And by releasing the magical energy instantaneously, it increases one's ability. Simply said, it is like magical energy jet propulsion. Saber uses this magical energy for her sword techniques, guarding and movement. Because of her great magical energy capacity, she can fight Berserker even though she's a girl of a small size. A normal weapon without divine protection will not be able to endure her magical energy-fueled attack and will be destroyed with one blow. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that's new, right? Or have I read that before? I don't know. Whatever. Still, pretty cool. And the instant Saber reaches the rooftop, she confronts the true form of her opponent. Yikes. Supporting her falling body with her sword, Saber looks up. A white light approaches instantly. Talk about a disadvantage. First we have the whole skyscraper disadvantage, and now she can fly on a fucking Pegasus. Yikes, man. Deploying the wind wrapped around her sword, she creates an invisible wall. Her body is blown away. That which should have nullified any possible impact could not even slow the charge of the Pegasus. Oh, poor Saber. Blown away, she rolls on the ground. There's no time to lie down. The Pegasus turns in the air and continues its glide without a pause. She cannot block that blow. The only possible measure is to jump and evade it. But even if she does avoid the attack, the trail is enough to chip at her protection. She will eventually take a direct blow if she continues like this. Ooh! The white light comes swooping down. The Pegasus glides down from high above, mows Saber down without touching the rooftop, and returns to the sky. Pursuit is impossible. There's no wall to run up, and even if there were one, no one would be able to catch that Pegasus. Fuck. I'm sorry, Saber, but Noble Phantasm's like the only card you've got right now. In that inferior position, Saber waits for a chance to counter. Even if it is a Pegasus, if it's alive, it can be killed. The only chance of victory Saber has left is for a rider to make a mistake with the Pegasus reins. Damn. Fuck, man. Saber... Oof. I mean, she does have the appearance of a very, very small girl, I mean, I guess, but... Ouch. A voice from above. Saber looks up, holding her sword ready. Okay. Miss. Ryder sounds calm. A little joy can be heard in that voice. I mean, she is like the first rider in this series. It's only fitting that she has something that she can ride, you know? Fantastic race. As it sounds, they are beings that exist only in fantasy. Demi-humans like sprites and giants. Demonic beasts like demons and dragons. As their very existence is a divine mystery, it is said that they themselves surpass magic. It is the law that a divine mystery will be eliminated by a greater divine mystery, as magic stored its power and knowledge. Could Excalibur be divine mystery then? The fantastic races store their power in their long lifespan. Even if one masters magic as a human, that is only about to last 500 years. For those who have lived since ancient times, a 500-year-old divine mystery is not even worthy competition. Zoken? I have no idea. Is Zoken 500? I don't even know if that's possible, but it was long ago when both humans and the fantastic races lived in the same world. The longer lived the fantastic races, the farther it strays from this world. In the present day, the only fantastic race in this world are mere few hundred years old. That is why she thought the fantastic race that Ryder rode would be only about several hundred years old, but it's way older than that. Yeah, definitely. Ooh. What do you mean by that? Do you mean the people that Saber's army killed? Like, they were an army and they had to protect them. But there was, I guess, fighting on the inside. I don't know what she means by that. I don't know, man. They keep setting her up as an evil spirit. I feel like that could be true, but I feel like maybe she's not as horrible as it seems. I mean, she just doesn't give off like pure evil energy like Shinji does. But I guess you know, the master that summoned the servant is usually similar. So,
せいぜい呪いなさい。あなたでは私の子に触れることさえできないのだから。
When your Pegasus is your boy! The Pegasus rests its wings, a giant arrow that will strike if it sees an opening. Saber ponders, glaring at it. Pegasus itself is not a strong fantastic race. A normal Pegasus will only grow to the class of a demonic beast of the fantastic race. If that is the case, it is an opponent defeatable just with her invisible air. But that thing is different. As that Pegasus has existed from the time of the gods, it has grown to the level of the fantastic beasts. That Pegasus is nearing the level of the dragon race, considered to be the strongest of the fantastic races. I wonder if we'll ever see a dragon in this series. I can't even really think of any, like, mythological characters that... Well, I mean, didn't King Arthur defeat a dragon? Or am I going crazy? No, its defense is already at the level of the dragon race, because that Pegasus has divine protection exceeding even Saber, who has the strongest magical resistance. Fuck. Its charge emitting vast amounts of magical energy is like a giant castle wall approaching. There's no possible way to dodge or defend against such a thing. But that is not the surprising fact. That Pegasus is just something that Ryder has summoned and does not have a true name. For Ryder, that Pegasus is just like the dagger she uses. In other words, that Black Cavalry has yet to use her noble phantasm. Oh man, we are at a horrible disadvantage. But Saber's awesome, so Saber does not think of defeat even in this situation. Rather, she thinks that her chance will come when Ryder decides to use her noble phantasm. No matter what Ryder's noble phantasm may be, there is no problem if it is only strong enough to destroy the building. Saber only needs to go into defense, endure the attack, then slash away the defenseless Ryder. That's right. As long as her master does not appear here. Unfortunately, you did appear there. I look up at the sky. Ah, Shiro, you've made things worse on accident. I'm sorry, man. Sound of wings flapping. There's something whiter than the hazy white moon. Holy shit! It is a legendary divine mystery spoken of only in myths. The identity of Ryder's noble phantasm. Is that what caused the scorching of the rooftop and drove Saber to her knees? So that's her true noble phantasm? I guess it's also part of it. Ryder is riding on a flying horse as befits her class name. I take my mind off Ryder. I heard a sound. Of course he's here. I cannot tell how strong Ryder is on that Pegasus. I can only tell her that the white beast is constructed from enough magical energy to have come from a few hundred magi. Oh man. It is only natural for the rooftop to be scorched. That thing destroys its surroundings just by running. If that thing charges from the sky, there is no way even Saber could block it. I'm racing against time here. Ryder's noble phantasm has already been used, so I have to take the last resort of defeating Shinji and eliminating Ryder. Aren't you a confident boy? I hear laughter. Shinji must be hiding somewhere. You have yet to see Saber's true strength, you punk-ass bitch. Only his voice echoes. Calming my impatient mind, I listen to his laughter. Damn, the wind's strong. I can't tell where the laughter's coming from. You bastard. Don't rush. Let him talk. Should be able to determine his location if he keeps talking. Aw, thanks for the mercy, Shinji. this is bad. The head of the Pegasus standing by in the sky lowers towards Saber. The swirl of magical energy rotates as if without limit. If that thing is going to be coming at high speed, this rooftop will be blown away, leaving no remains. Oh my. Shiro, please! Slit his throat! Stick your fist up his ass and through his fucking mouth! I don't know! Oh, Shinji. Oh! A white shooting star falls from above. I ignore it, but the instant I run to Saber, in that instant, a storm appears before me. For the first time, she forgot about her enemy during a battle. Aww. Angry at her master for coming to such a dangerous place, angry at herself for not realizing that this was likely. But all those ideas are driven to the back of her mind. What else could there be? In this dangerous situation, his expression is only worried about Saber. Come to think of it, he has always been like that. Even though he knew she was an excellent knight, he did not treat her as a knight even once. Soft laughter. Ryder places her hands on the Pegasus' neck and makes it beat its wings even faster. Fair enough. Oh, well, rip. Yeah, very advantageous for you. Something missing until now forms in Ryder's hands. It is a mere small rain of shining gold. Would you prefer something else? Oh, great. You're gonna make it, like, demonic. Pegasus lowers its neck. The Pegasus rages, not from its own intentions, but from Ryder's. I apologize, I need to take a drink of water, man. Holy shit, my throat. Oh, much better, man. That is absolutely true. Ryder's noble phantasm will completely blow away this rooftop. If she hurries, she'll be able to get Shiro and get away from the rooftop, but Ryder's attack won't destroy just the rooftop. Her master is not strong enough to survive a collapsing building. So for Saber to protect her master, she has to slay that enemy along with the Pegasus. She has no time to decide if her choice is the correct one. She looks at her distant master one more time. He is gritting his teeth, trying to fulfill his role. That makes her hesitations go away. She forgets about everything that must happen in the future. She's only her master's sword now and exists only to defeat the enemy. An annoying voice shouts out. As it does, the Pegasus flies up even higher. It disappears from view in an instant. The Pegasus that flew up into the air has already lost its form. After rising as if to strike the moon, it arcs and returns toward the earth. A comet sweeps down. Even after it becomes an arrow of light, Ryder still pushes the Pegasus. There is only one target. She will destroy her enemy along with this isolated guard in the sky. Better, I don't know. The name is cast. A noble phantasm bears a miracle that is released by casting its true name. And if a miracle is a disaster that should not occur in this world, better, I can't say that. I am gonna not look that up because I feel like that'll just give me the identity of her immediately. So, I'm just gonna not look that up. Normally, if I were playing this on my own, I would, but because I think the mystery makes it more fun for everybody, I'm not looking this up, but I have literally no idea. I must be an idiot, or either that or it's obscure, because I don't know what that is. It is truly a divine lightning. Fuck me. A flashing thunderbolt. Watching it, her eyes show no emotion.
この場所ならば人目につかないと言ったな、ライダー。
How did you see her eyes? She has a blindfold on. The wind is unraveled. The wind centered on her turns into a raging tempest.
どうかな。ここならば地上を焼き払う霊も。
Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Saber, oh my god, please. Excalibur, man! The seal is broken, releasing many layers of wind. Her sword makes its appearance! True appearance! A storm is rising before my eyes. A white light comes bearing down. Even though she hits its target, Saber does not move. The raging wind is coming from her. No, not from Saber, but from the sword she is holding. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! There it is, it's forming! This music's awesome! I doubt my own eyes. I can see the sword that should be invisible! Slowly, as if taking off bandages. Her sword starts to show its form. I just had to turn the music up because it's so. Oh yeah! Let's fucking go, man! Raging winds. Many seals develop as if a box is opening. The wind melts into the air. Readying the exposed sword, she faces the descending Pegasus. That is such a cool shot, man! Oh my god! Rider descends as a surge of light. Ba grows large enough to engulf the whole rooftop and speeds up to destroy not only us, but the building itself. The reins of the heroic cavalry light up the rooftop. Time stops. Facing unavoidable destruction, my mind freezes. But not because of the reins of the heroic cavalry. Yeah. She's ready. Okay, everybody prepare. It's happening. She's raising it up. It's time. The converging lights. Its purity is not even comparable to the light of Rider that is merely large. In her hands is an assembly of the planet's light. The strongest holy sword. What? Yes! Oh, yes! She even voiced the line like the same way. Oh my god. Beam struggle. Fucking shoot. Team Rocket's blasting off again. Holy shit, maybe they are blasting off again. Oh my god. It is literally a line. Oh, this music is making me nut, dude. Line of light. It is a blade of light that slices everything it touches. It slices Oh my god, did we just kill Rider? It slices Rider with one blow, soars up into the night sky, cuts through the clouds, and disappears. I think if that thing were used on the ground, a great disorder in the land would remain and never disappear. Her sword was not invisible. It merely did not allow others to see it. A golden sword that captivates all who see it, and its all too famous true name, Excalibur. By this point, the player has to know who she is. I mean, well, maybe the King Arthur myth isn't that big in Japan. I don't know, as I'm not Japanese or lived there. Said to have existed in England, it is the sword of the king known as the symbol of knighthood. Well, they're just gonna reveal it. The strongest noble phantasm of all servants, sealed in numerous boundary fields. That is Saber's symbol of heroism. That is such a cool reveal. That is like next level, like shit right there. Imagine playing this for the first time. That would be one of the coolest reveals ever in the history of reveals of all time. It's still cool for me now with hindsight, but it's dope, man. The build up to her identity being revealed takes like over half the route, which is lit because I don't know, man. I much prefer that to Zero's whole giving her name after like the second she gets introduced. It's kind of annoying. I mean, I suppose Urobuchi wrote Zero figuring that everybody had seen the original, but I don't know. I feel like a prequel doesn't need to spoil absolutely everything that the sequels do. One example of a prequel not ruining something, but can be ruining something is sort of like Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker from the Star Wars movies. Prequel spoils the identity of who Darth Vader will become. Whereas if you're watching the originals for the first time, the twist is going to be crazy. There are times where it can work, because it depends on the viewer's perspective, the way that how they take away the substance from their viewing of the writing, as well as how it is written and developed throughout. I believe that Urabuchi made a big mistake in just flat out admitting it. It takes a lot away from the initial setup and surprise and fun. Like, imagine if, just like Stay Night, if Saber's identity wasn't revealed until she pops Excalibur at Gilles de Rais. That would have been so cool. But like sort of like Lancelot, his reveal didn't come until like what, 3 or 4 episodes before the end of the show. That was awesome. They didn't just like tell, they foreshadowed it brilliantly, right? But they didn't just tell his name. Like, Urabuchi showed that he could do that. Like, but he decided to give away Saber's identity, which is honestly a great disservice to the source material. I believe that is absolutely one of his mistakes in his writing, as well as the more that I go back on it, the Iskandar and Saber scene is awesome when viewed with the lens of non-bias. Unfortunately, I do have bias, as I liked Saber more than Iskandar while watching it, so I leaned towards her opinions. But if you truly go in a neutral mindset and try to pick apart each other's arguments, you see that no one is actually correct, and that both are very strong characters, and it's just a matter of perspective and one's own beliefs that determines how they believe and the actions that they will do. Unfortunately, the way that the anime is framed, with the voice acting, the heroic music, Saber's reactions, and just the fact that Iskandar is a fan-favorite character and his grandiose personality gives off that sense of rightness, because psychologically, the more somebody is confident in their answer, the more likely someone is to believe it, especially if they're as boisterous as Iskandar is. So the viewer is going to take away them as being right and Saber as being pitiful, which is unfortunate because that is not the case. And Urabuchi really fucked up, I feel like. I enjoyed some of the stuff he did with Saber in Zero, but as I'm playing this visual novel more and more, especially with the Excalibur reveal, I can absolutely say Saber is one of the worst things Urabuchi did. I still like Zero a lot. I think that he's a really good writer, and I think that some of the stuff he did with Zero is fantastic. But I want everyone to remember, since I'm a Zero watcher first and a VN player, I'm appreciating the visual novel more because Zero, everything in Zero's existence could never have existed without the source material. You can argue that the way Urabuchi put the pieces together and wrote it is brilliant, and I agree. But every piece of that detail is going to be in the original source material. And that's Nasu. That's all Nasu right there. I'm not trying to discredit Urabuchi, but I respect Nasu even more and the visual novel as the Fate way to experience it. Would I change the way I approached it? I don't know. Honestly, I'm still happy because I'm enjoying the game with my perspective as a Zero watcher. But I would say that if I were advising a newcomer, if they were able to play the game, and if they were able to just read it and they had enough time for it, I would suggest the visual novel. But if someone I knew was as analytical and able to pick up on details and loves theorizing and really analyzing characters, and I know them well, I might suggest Zero to them with caveats of them being able to choose. Like, I would give them pros and cons in a non-spoilery way. That's how I would do it. Now, anyway, I've been talking for like 10 minutes on a tangent. So, we should probably just continue the game. The rooftop is silent. The wind is gone and nothing makes a sound. I can't approach Saber and I just stand there. I don't know if I'm still confused or if my heart is still captivated by that sword. My mind is acting strange and only insignificant things come in my head. Why does she have that sword? That golden sword is the property of the well-known King of Knights. Yeah, because at this point everyone thinks that King Arthur was a dude. So... try to think how she ended up with the sword, and I notice that I'm trying to avoid the simplest of the answers. There's no need for complicated guesses. That sword has always been hers. That's why her true name is easy to figure out. I don't know what kind of mistake was made, but there's only one person she can be if she has that holy sword. Saber does not move from the stance that completed her blow. I should run up to her, but my body won't move. Up to now, I only understood in words that Saber was a heroic spirit. Perhaps I realized that she was a hero of the past, something different from me, and I hesitated to go near her. Shinji. I hate you, Shinji. I hear a scream. Something is burning in the background. Okay, that was fun. I look in that direction. There, I see a book burning into ashes and... Well, Ryder's dead. Haha! Shinji, time to go to church! Bitch. Ah, you're useless now. Look at you. Useless. Shinji's there watching the burning book. Okay, everybody! You know the game! It's all my... Okay. I know I just went on a big tangent about Zero. Now I'm gonna use Zero as a piece of what I'm gonna predict. If Zero has taught me anything, the moment that a single servant falls is when everything spirals like dominoes. So, yeah, we're heading into season 2 of the Fate Round.
Shinji.
His voice actor is so good though. He must have realized that Ryder's defeated and he's at a disadvantage. Shinji turns his back to me as if to flee and run towards the exit. So, Ryder might be more important in the other routes because we did not get much from her at all. And I feel like that's fine because it makes you anticipate them in the other routes more. Shinji jumps through the door leading to the stairs.
Shinji.
I can't let him go now, but the instant I start to follow him, out of the corner of my eye, Saber collapses. Oh. My mind freezes. Shinji is running away and Saber's on the ground. You know I'm gonna run to Saber, but first we're saving the game because I'll have to take the alternate choice sometime later. Or Saber or follow Shinji. Let's go ahead and look at our status screen. Excalibur. Oh, that picture is so cool. That is insane. A++, anti-castle, range 1 to 99, max target of... She could wipe out an entire army with that, man. Yeah, that's why it's anti-castle. You could siege an entire castle with that. Sword of Light. It is not weapon made by men, but a divine weapon forged by the planet. It is a noble phantasm that is the greatest of holy swords. It transforms the possessor's magical energy into light, increases its kinetic energy by converging and accelerating it, and allows for usage of sorcery on the level of divine spirits. To an observer, it looks like a giant beam of light, but its targeted point is the tip. It is the ultimate slash that cuts through everything in the area the light goes through. Its enormous power heats space around the tip, and as a result, it is interpreted as a wave of light that mows across the earth. You could also call it a directed energy weapon. Let's see, do they have her name? No, not until yeah, that makes sense. They're gonna give her name probably in this next scene, so. I can't leave Saber alone. Ryder is gone and the book that holds Shinji's command spells is burned. Shinji doesn't have a servant anymore and he's lost his command spells as well. He's in a threat. I can call the match settled. Unless he has a gun, he's really not a threat. So the priority right now is Saber. I run to her. I love how Shiro has like the same default Saber scream. His Saber scream is the same every time, and I love it. The golden sword isn't in her hands anymore. It has disappeared, and only Saber herself remains, but Saber doesn't look well at all. She has sweat on her brow, and her breathing is weak yet irregular, as if she has a fever.
そんな。おい、セイバー。何がどうしたって言うんだ。
I call out to her timidly, but she doesn't answer. She's unconscious. Oh no. Poor Saber. She used every bit of her energy.
セイバー。
I touch her forehead. It's burning up. I automatically pull my hand back. It's unusually hot. If this is a fever, she's over 40 degrees.
セイバー。おい、しっかりしろ。
Even when I call out to her, her only reply is heavy breathing. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know, but we can't just stay here like this.
に連れて行くからな。文句があるなら後にしてくれ。
Alright, Shira, let's go. Put her on your back. Piggyback time. I pick Saber up. She's light. She was light before, but she's lighter now. No, more than that, she's...
熱い。ちゃんと生きてる。
Yeah, she's alive. Saber is still... Saber. I'm angry at myself for hesitating. Damn it. So what if she's a hero? No matter who Saber is, she's here right now and she's warm. How stupid of me to think there's a wall between us in spite of that.
すぐに帰るからな。それまでおとなしくしてろよ、セイバー。
I run, still holding Saber in my arms. There's no feeling of victory. All I feel is Saber in my arms, breathing painfully.
終わったわよ。和室に寝かせてきたけど、あの分じゃしばらく目を覚まさないでしょう
Well,
ね。
that's rough. We're at a bad disadvantage if she can't wake up anytime soon. Shit.
そうか。遠坂がいてくれて助かった。
Thank you,
俺じゃ
Tosaka.
その、セイバーの手当てなんてできないからな。
まあ、鎧を脱がせて楽にさせただけだから、お礼を言われるほどじゃないわ。セイバーの体も良くならないし、私は何もしてないもの。
But still, having Tosaka around helped. She was the one that yelled at me when I came home in a panic about what to do. She worked out Saber's situation and advised me to take her armor off and let her sleep. It's been an hour since then. Somehow, communicating with the unconscious Saber, Tosaka took her armor off.
それで、何があったの？シンジを探しに行って、帰ってきたと思ったらセイバーがあれでしょ？一波乱あったのはわかるけど、説明してくれないかしら。
Thankfully, there is good news. I hesitate. Saber's noble phantasm. I should avoid revealing her true name. Yeah, you can avoid that, but you can reveal that he defeated a writer. It's not something I can reveal by my judgment
ラ
alone.
イダーを倒した。シンジはレイジを失ってリタイアしたよ。ただ、その時にセイバーが宝具を使って、その後に倒れたんだ。
セイバーの宝具ね。
I wonder if she'll ask what it is. Tosaka falls into a meaningful silence. She's Tosaka, so she should be able to tell that it was no ordinary matter.
まあ、追求するのは勘弁してあげるわ。今のあなたたち
Well, thank you.
はそれどころじゃないものね。
それどころじゃないってどういうことだ？
言葉通りの意味よ。あなただってうすうすは気づいているんでしょ？
Fuck. Calmly, Tosaka mentions the result I have avoided thinking about.
消えるって。セイバーが消えるっていうのか。
Okay, so what can we do? I don't know, man. How are we gonna make her better?
当然でしょ。セイバーの魔力はほとんど空っぽなのよ。セイバーの宝具がどんなものだったかは知らないけど、よっぽど魔力を使うものだったんでしょう
So,
ね。
we need to give her more magical energy? How would we supply that to her, though?
セイバーは自分の中の魔力をほぼ消費してしまった。今彼女が苦しんでいるのはね、消えようとしている
Gotcha.
自分を必死に留めているからよ。
魔力がないから消える？セイバーは傷を負ってもいないのに消えるっていうのか？
Yeah, because remember, Shiro cannot supply her with magical energy normally. Yeah, so that makes sense.
ええ、サーバントにとっては外的ダメージより魔力切れの方が深刻な問題よ。霊体であるサーバントに肉体を与えているのは魔力だもの。それがなくなれば消えるしかない。もっともそんなことにならないようにマスターはサーバントに魔力を送るんだけど、
Yeah,
あな
unfortunately.
たはそれができないでしょ。だからセイバーは自分の魔力だけで戦うしかない。切れたらそれまでよ。 こんなこと一番初めに説明。
That's certainly what Saber told me.
今までは大丈夫だったじゃないか。セイバーだって眠っていれば持ち直すって。
それはセイバーの魔力量が桁外れだったからよ。
Yeah.
そうね。確かにセイバーの魔力はまだ残ってる。彼女ならまだ消えずに肉体を保つぐらいの魔力は回復できるとは思う。けど結局はそこ止まりよ。セイバーはずっと今の状態で戦うことになる。宝具
Understood.
を使うなんてもってのほか。次に宝具を使えば
Yeah.
セイバーは間違いなく消え去るでしょうね。
次に宝具を使えば消え
No, first of all, I can't let her fight in this state. Isn't that bad? Because if we come to a point later where we have to use her Noble Phantasm, like, twice? Or, oh, fuck. That could be bad. I don't want to see her slumped over in pain again.
理解できた？結局セイバーを以前の状態に戻す方法は2つだけよ。
Okay.
マスターがサーバントに魔力を提供するか、サーバントが自分で魔力を補充するか。
Oh, we don't have, like, human bodies to feed her, so... Have a servant collect magical energy yourself. That would mean killing innocent people like Ryder did.
まさかセイバーはそんなことはしない。セイバー自身がそんなことはしないと言ったんだ。
でしょうね。一般人を犠牲にするぐらいならセイバーは潔く消えるでしょう。なら方法は一つだけよ。セイバーを消したくないのならあ
How?
なたが魔力を提供するしかないわ。
それはできるならとっくにそうしてるさ。けど俺は魔力を提供する方法なんて知らない。あいにく遠坂みたいに何でもできるってわけじゃないんだ。
まあね。共有の魔術を教えてあげても間に合わない。
Joel.
シローは魔術師に向いてないから覚えるの
Oh
1年ぐらい
man,
かかる
that's
だろうし。
rough.
まあ召喚時にセイバーとパスは通っているはずだからまだ他
Tosaka ponders, but it's only for a moment. Tosaka looks at me with an expression suppressing her emotions.
いい？セイバーを助けたいのなら彼女自身に人を吸わせて魂を食べさせるしかない。
Oh,
そ
fantastic.
れはあなたにも分かっ
So
て
you
ると思う
use a
けど。
command spell to do that? That's the most realistic measure. That means...
もちろんセイバーは嫌がるでしょう。けど放っておけば遅かれ早かれセイバーは消えてあなたは他のマスターから狙われることになる。
Saber will disappear? I can't even imagine such a thing. I still feel her body rest heat in my hand which we're carrying her.
なら答えは一つよ。レイジを使いなさい、エミヤ君。それで最悪の事態は避けられる。
We have another choice here. That means ordering Saber to kill innocent people. I can't say anything. I resent what Tosaka's saying, but at the same time, another part of me recognizes that this is the only solution. This is a
決
big
断はあなた
dilemma.
に任せるわ。セイバーは眠らせておけば落ち着くだろうけど、それでも限界は近いでしょうね。決断をするなら次に襲われるまでにね。
Great. Just peachy. Great. Tosaka leaves the living room. I can't even look up. I can only listen to Tosaka's departing footsteps. There's the end of the day. Dragon Slay. The Dragon Slayer? Guts? Berserker? Sus? Anyway, that's a good spot to stop. You know what I'm saying, homie? That was fantastic. This is a long episode though, holy shit. That was a great time. I've pretty much said everything that I've wanted to say in this episode, but to give my final thoughts, loved it. Execution of Saber's identity reveal was executed masterfully. Shiro still impresses me as a character. I love all the progression Saber and Shiro have in their development together. That scene in the park was adorable. The fight between Saber and Ryder was freaking awesome, and we're down a servant. Only 6 left, which is crazy to think about. That means that things are gonna go into maximum overdrive. So, you know, that's interesting. But I feel like, yeah, her true name isn't there. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm glad I checked this. Reigns of the Heroic Cavalry. All abilities increase by a rank when in use. Okay, so that's pretty good. It is a physical attack that destroys a target by controlling a divine beast and using its powerful chart. Supposedly, the maximum speed is 400 500 kilometers per hour. Holy shit. The Bellerophon, Reigns of the Heroic Cavalry. It is noble phantasm of the highest level in both attack and defense. Its defense also increases while in use due to Pegasus' divine protection. Bellerophon is the name of the young man in Greek mythology who supposedly managed to ride Pegasus. Oh, okay. Well, damn, that doesn't necessarily give away her identity. I'm still not looking it up, but that's cool. A plus, anti-army, range 2 to 50. Yeah, fortunately, as good as this MP is, Saber's just out-trumped it and by a lot, unfortunately. So this would go up to D, and her magic resistance would be A, but thankfully, Saber's attack is A++, and ooh, she'd have like S tier writing ability. Or EX, A++? I don't know. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, cool. Nice. I'm glad I checked that. Definitely gonna save. So, that being said, thank you so much for watching. I had a fun time. This was just... Whew, I'm a bit tired, as you could tell. These episodes take a lot to record. A lot amount of energy, surprisingly. But I'm excited for the direction of the game. We're at the point where everything's in jeopardy. I don't know what could happen next. We're gonna start fighting more servants. More servants are gonna die. More masters are gonna die. There's probably gonna be plot twists, and I'm probably gonna cry like a little bitch a few times, but that's just to be expected. Saber is in a dangerous position, and Shiro has to find a way to save her without resorting to, using his command spell to make her kill people. I do not know how that'll be possible, but maybe Kotomine has an answer for us. I don't know why he popped into my head, but it'd be funny. It's like Kotomine always has the answers. The book, the Bible, in his hand will reveal to Shiro what he must do. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you stayed all the way to the end of the episode, I just want to say, you're pretty dang cool and awesome, and I really do appreciate it. It really means a lot to me, and it helps the channel a great deal. And if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like and comment something down below if you have advice, thoughts, or any questions to ask me. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so that you can see more Fate and other projects in the future. And lastly, whether it's morning, day, evening, or night, wherever it is that you are, please be sure to stay safe out there. And take care, everyone. Have a wonderful time. And all that good stuff. Stay safe, everyone. Holy fuck.